What if this year changed everything? What if turning 40 isn't something to fear, but something to prepare for? Hello there, I'm 39. And for the first time in a very long time, I am looking at my life honestly. Where I am, what I've built, and what still feels unfinished. There are dreams that I started, versions of me I never fully stepped into, and chapters I never fully closed. So this year I'm doing something differently. I am not waiting, I am not wishing, and I am choosing to act. Hello there. If you're new, I'm Stephanie. I am a mom of four. I am currently building my online businesses, and I am in a very real season of my life where I am literally rebuilding my entire life. So I just turned 39, and just like any other birthday or New Year's resolution, I started to reflect about my life. But obviously, this time we went even deeper and we started to have bigger breakthroughs because it's not just 30 something, it's 39. It's my last year in my 30s. It is the year before my 40s. So, of course, I started to do a lot of thinking. So, I've been reflecting on where I am in my life right now. I've been reflecting on what I have done with my life, like the last 39 years, how my life has been, and obviously where I am right now. And if I'm being truly honest, and I think a lot of us, most of people, will find themselves when they sit down to reflect on where they are in the current situation, current season of their life right now, they will probably have the same conclusion that I had. And it is that it is nowhere near imagine what I thought it could be, and not on the good way, unfortunately. It's still been a very good life. I've been very blessed. I feel very fortunate. But when it comes to like the life that you would like to dream, your dream life, your goals and achievements, I haven't. I haven't achieved any of those. Now, usually this would discourage people, make them feel some negative emotions and frustrate them. But instead of allowing this circumstance of my life to frustrate me, I choose to see it different. Okay, we always have a choice. Everything we do, it's always a choice, and you can choose to feel on ways that are going to stop you and make you feel horrible and make you go nowhere, or you can see things on a way that will empower you to want to move forward and just what's next. Like ask yourself questions on how to do better, so that way you can do better. you know so I am always making sure I'm being intentional on making sure that my thoughts are going to help me to be better every day, because that's life. Life is never going to be perfect. Life, it's all about growing, learning and growing. So I choose to see this as a window, a window to reset, to get intentional, and to decide, make the choice on how I want this new chapter, this new decade of my life to look like and to feel like, to be like. So, whatever I got left during this last year in my 30s, it's not going to be about waiting for my 40s, it's going to be about preparing for it and also closing chapters. Everything that I have, I'm an expert on starting, but I am also an expert on not finishing. I am an expert on dreaming and wishing, but we are constantly in a state of wishing, of dreaming, thinking a future, and we are never in a state of now and doing now, living now, being conscious about the now and enjoying the process and taking action now. Like, we always so focus on the future that in the present we don't take actions. And most of the people that do take action, they don't enjoy the present, they don't enjoy the process. And that's what we're going to be working during this year. Because as you heard, I have realized that there are things in my life that feels open, feels unfinished. I have dreams that I talk about that I want to achieve. I have bucket lists, I have vision boards, but I have never fully committed to it. I have never done whatever it needs to be done every single day to fulfill them. I have been working on being intentional with my days. I have been working with making every day count. That's where we've been over the last 2-3 months. We've been more intentional and we're still figuring things out. But now I'm gonna take you in this journey with me, and now we are on that time where we can elevate. I have learned more about myself. I have learned more about my identity. I have been thinking about what's not been working and all that stuff, and being more intentional with my present. Like, what do I want? And yeah, we still need a few things to figure it out. So it's time to go a step further of where I've been over the last few months. Because whatever has been going on over the 30s were a journey. 30s were a journey. There was very, very lows, and there was very, very good highs. And now I feel like I drop again. And I don't want to bring that with me on my 40s at all. So I decided to do something new, but it was inspired on those moments of my life where I was the happiest. So what I decided was to sit down and reflect, and because a part of me feels like I lost my identity, and luckily I can say there was a time in my life where I was the happiest, I was the joyous, the blissful. It felt good. It felt like I was it, you know? And I don't feel that anymore. And that's what set me back. And yeah, I've been wondering, what were those things that I used to do? What was my identity, my boundaries, my values, the things I stand for and the things I did not stand for? So that way we can get back to it. But also my life completely changed. I'm in a new country. I just went on a breakout, and I have new realizations in my life with that breakup. And we are starting to finally have the career of my dreams. So during this process, I've been rediscovering new things about myself, new things that I like, new things that I don't like anymore, and like wanting different things, because again, life changed. So it's like how I came back to my identity, but at the same time make that or hug that with this new version of me, and be plenty of me in this season of my life where I am right now. I remember when I was in Virginia, I would create this little bucket list of things every beginning of the month. And then during the month, I was making sure to achieve as many as I can. I would try to do 30 things, write 30 things that I wanted to do, and I would try to every single day do them. And I remember I had this journal, this regular notebook, where every day after the day ends, I will sit down and I will glue something from it. Like, example, if I was in a trail, I will pick a leaf or something memorable from that trail, and that way I will later sit down and glue them in the journal, and then write about that day, that experience, and obviously the thing that I decided to do that day. So I decided we could do something like that, but obviously way bigger focus. It could be something, or should I say, write all the things that have been open, have been started, I have started in my life that I haven't finished. And yeah, do things, because we need a balance. We need a balance of, yes, making that thing happening, because again, sometimes we're not living intentionally, we're not living with a purpose, we're not living like doing the things that will make us successful in our careers, but then the bunch of people that does do the work, they forget to have fun and enjoy the process while they're building the life of their dreams. I've been there. I've been either way too focused on my business and neglecting my family and my personal life, or I've been focusing way too much on my family and my personal life that I neglect my business. So now we're going to be making sure we do both. So while we work on a career, we also going to be working on our little bucket list that will help me to reach my goals for this year, which is finish whatever it's unfinished, close chapters, and start fresh on my 40s, but at the same time, have fun and enjoy life while we do that. So yeah, it just made me realize, I am very clear. One of the things that I am very clear at is that I don't want to wake up at my 40s having accomplished all the things that I wanted to accomplish, but not have lived, not being conscious about the actions that I took, not being present in every action that I took, and not having enjoyed my life. Because one of the things that I have learned the hard way is that you think you have time, but your children are growing no matter what. And your children one day are going to be 17 years old and they're going to leave the house to go to either live with their dad, like happened to me a month ago. My oldest left to another country to live with his dad. He did not want to be with me. And that is something I never prepared myself, because I keep thinking I have time with them. And my baby is now 3.5 almost. Like, I can spend all the time that I need to build my business, and then I will have all the time freedom that I've been working to have. But by the time that time freedom comes, I will have to do it by myself, because my children grew up and they're not here anymore. And even if my girls are still small, I still will miss this chapter of their lives. I'm still gonna miss the threes of my toddler, the adventures that I could have with her, because she's not gonna be this small ever again. By the time I finish, she's still, even if it's not 10 years, she's still not gonna be this small. She's gonna be bigger. And I don't wanna regret that. So during this next fun, exciting series, we are gonna be doing both. We are going to be building, but at the same time, we're going to be living. I have spent years dreaming, planning, and thinking, but this year we are moving, doing, and taking action. I want to become the kind of woman who doesn't just imagine her life, but she actually creates it. So again, this is going to be my year. I have made the intention to finish whatever I started, to let go of what no longer fits. Wow, that is something that's been really in my mind today. And I just realized that this morning I constantly at some point, I said to myself, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. That is such a hard part. Letting freaking go. And to step fully into the life I've been thinking about for so long. So now we're going to do a little redefining process. We're going to reflect on life, how life was so far. Then we're going to reflect on where we are right now. And then we're going to reflect on where we want to go. So that way we can make sure that our bucket list is aligned with where we want to go. Because sometimes we also think about, so we want to do this, and that. But sometimes we want to do things that it could be fun and exciting, but they're still not gonna take us where we want to be, or they're not gonna give us the exact lifestyle we want to do. Sometimes we think, or sometimes we do want things that we think we actually want, but it's just we want things that everybody else is doing. Oh, they're doing this, so that means we need to do this, so I want to do it. And maybe for you it looks different. Maybe for you it's not that. There was a time in my life where the only thing I wanted to do was be on airplanes, travel, and I had a year where I traveled like 20 times. And for me that was it. But now my goal is not to get on an airplane. My goal is to do road trips and camping and being with nature and driving with the windows down and singing out loud and laughing and having conversation with my children. And again, if you are not intentional with your time, and you don't take the time to sit down and really think about you, what you want, what makes you happy, what goes with the life that you see yourself having, then the goals that you're going to be achieving, or the things you're going to be doing, are going to be things that, yeah, might be exciting, it might bring some happiness in the moment, but they're not going to be the things that will give you peace bliss, and joy. Those are the words that I want to be able, like, if I have to describe my life or my emotions in one or two words, it will be peace, blissfulness, joy. Those are the things I want. So I guess the first question that I could ask myself is, who am I? Like, who is Stephanie? And there's a few questions that I should ask myself, but because I am rediscovering that part of my life, I might not be able to answer that right away. Because again, I'm in this process of rediscovering myself because my life is completely brand new. It did a 360-degree shift. Okay, I went from being single for 8 years, living in Puerto Rico with a normal salary job, to moving to another state, starting a new relationship, breaking up with the person, and having my oldest child live in the house, and yeah, having this new life. And I rediscovering who I am now. Things that I can say, I am grounded. I have felt way more connected with nature now than I have been in a long time, and we are still getting deeper into that, which is part of that is gonna be in our bucket list. I'm hearing the squirrels right now. So I am grounded. I am alive. I feel more alive now than I have felt in so long. I am a fighter. I don't know what else I could describe myself. I used to plan for like 5 years and 10 years, but I have learned that as life goes by, your wants change. The things I wanted, like this morning, I was going back into a bucket list. I remember that a influencer that I follow, a coach that I follow, she teaches us to do 1/11 on the day 1/11, January 11, I think it was, or it was November 11. I think it's January 1st because that day is 111. She told you to sit down and write 101 things you want to fulfill. And I remember I started the list and I stopped at 80 something, which is good. So when I was thinking about the bucket list for this season of my life, I went back to that bucket list and it was huge, huge goals. And something I did notice is that I shrink myself. Moving here, I shrink. I got in a cocoon. I feel tense. I feel shrinked. And I am working on getting out there again, which is fun because we are in spring now, and I am literally feeling like a butterfly going from La Oruga. I don't know how you call that. But like a butterfly about to spread her wings, if it makes any sense. So what a better way or season to start like this journey on freaking spring. Stephanie is blooming again, you guys. So yeah, I used to think 5 years from now, 3 years from now, but what I wanted a year and a half ago completely changed. However, I need to also embrace my insanely huge, unrealistic dreams. Like when I read that, I cringe. I was like, how you dare to dream that big? And I have to reframe that. I have to reframe that and be like, if you something I used to say that I need to get back into, which we're getting back into our roots, you guys. Give me a minute. But one strong core belief that I had that I forgot when I forgot my identity is that when something comes to you, when you feel something, it's because it's meant for you. And other people are not going to understand it because that is not their call. That is not the life they are supposed to live. And this is why we find ourselves all the time in situations where this is what I want and I freaking know this, but nobody's doing it or nobody understands, so I'm wrong. No, you're not. It's just that we all different. We all have different purposes here on earth. So of course, your dreams and your desires are going to look different. And there are things that we all have the birthright to them. However, we have learned to shrink. We have learned to think small, to put ourselves in little boxes, and to not just freaking be free. Get out of the box, take those freaking labels out of you, and just be. There's a world of infinite possibilities for you. Allow yourself. Allow yourself. I think before I think about anything else, the first question that we need to ask, the first question that I needed to ask myself is redefine success. What does success really looks like for me? Because according to what success is for me, which is not the same for you and not the same for A and not the same for B, everybody has a different definition of success for them. Success is not about having $1 million in your bank account and expensive house and cars, and no, that's not success. Success for everybody is completely different. So first we need to define what success is for us. So that way when we sit down and we think about our lives, where we are and where we want to go, we can make sure that those things are aligned with what a successful life is for you. If you're new in this, mindset, and you don't know what questions to ask yourself, so you can start living life intentionally, living the life of your dreams, I will leave you a free link down below for you to get your hands in that workbook. But by another question you can ask when it comes to where I am right now is like, how does my life actually look like right now? What areas feels aligned? What am I avoiding? Where do I feel stuck? And some questions like that. When it comes to where do you want to go, you can ask, what do I want my life to look like in my 40s? How do I want to feel every single day? Or like something like, what kind of mother do I want to be? In your case, could be employee, coach, spouse, whatever it is. And then it comes the last part, when it's the part where we shift into action. I have spent a lot of years, again, thinking, planning, and dreaming. But this year, like I mentioned earlier, we are getting into our doing. So now that I have decided to create a bucket list, and not just to write a random list of things, we are actually doing things that reflects the life that I actually want to live. So this list is going to be a list of closing chapters. Any open chapter that my life has right now is going to be completely closed by the end of this year. I'm going to be trying new things. I'm going to create more memories with my girls, and I'm going to experience my life while I'm building it. Because I don't want to arrive at my 40s with just accomplishments. I want memories. By the time I'm 40, I want to feel peace, blissfulness, and joy. So what's coming next for this series? This is something new we are trying. When it comes to my videos and my content, I've been putting myself out there and I've been doing my content. We've been exploring, we've been trying to figure things out, because one thing I can say is you're not gonna be, the perfect time will never be it. You're always gonna be trying to perfect, but there was always gonna be something new or something better that you can do. So you will never start. You need to get started. When you start, and I can tell you this by experience, I just started a vlog. I started a vlog from my iPhone 6, and when I see my videos from 7 years ago and my videos now, I cringe. I'm like, what the heck? But the difference, and the only way I was able to do that was by doing the thing has teach me what's work, what's not working, what's hard. Sometimes you can have an idea, oh, I just do this and this, but then when you do it, technology, it's a pain in the gut. The videos takes longer. Like example, I vlog from my phone and I just download the videos from the cloud to my laptop. Well, the videos to download in the cloud sometimes takes longer. Sometimes when you want to download from the cloud to the laptop, takes super longer, or the video is still not in the cloud, or the video download with glitches. There's always something. Oh, well, I'm gonna plug my phone when a USB directly to my laptop and you cannot find the video. And so the only way you're gonna learn how to create a system, what works and doesn't work, and create a plan B for when plan A doesn't work, is doing this. Oh, I'm just going to edit the video, and as I edit my videos, I discover new things little by little, new edit trick, new I style videos. So I think this morning I finally cracked the code of how I want my videos to go. So now it's gonna be experimenting that style video, learning how I can create that style videos. So I'm super excited to practice that also during this new season. And again, we are starting a new season, the year before 40, and I'm gonna be sharing with you the whole process. We're gonna be focusing on building the career of my dreams. I'm gonna share the real behind the scenes of building financial freedom as a single mom here in the United States, and the other part of me where I'm keeping balance. You know, how I'm making sure I'm building the life of my dreams, my career, my financial freedom, and how I manage to still be a present mom and a present human being to myself. So yeah, in this series we're going to be doing both. We're going to build my life and we are going to be living it at the same time. Some episodes will be about growth, some episodes are going to be about healing, some episodes are going to be about business, and some will just be about choosing joy. So this is not going to be about becoming perfect, because as I mentioned earlier, life it's always about learning and growing. It's going to be about becoming intentional. This is my year to finish what I started, let go of what no longer fits, and step fully into the woman I know that I am meant to be. So, welcome to the year before 40.